How we doing, Bailey? How we doing, lurkers? How we doing, everybody? Happy Friday. We made it. Another week down. So let's do some quick picks here. I'm gonna get my record pulled up. My new and improved record of 150 wins and 65 losses. We're doing pretty good. Last week, I think we went 54 and 23. We've had better days, but there was some upsets last weekend, so it is what it is. We still got a winning record by far, so we're doing good here. All right, let's get into it quickly here. A10. These are tomorrow's games. Loyola Chicago, George Washington. I go Loyola Chicago all day. Davidson, George Mason. Kind of a tough one. I'd probably stay away, but maybe you take Davidson at home here. That one's going to be interesting, though. St. Louis, St. Joe's, lock up St. Joe's. Richmond, lock them up against LaSalle. And St. Bonaventure, lock them up against Duquesne. Well, maybe not lock, but pick them. They'll win the game. It'll be tight, though. All right, ACC. Clemson, Syracuse. I think Clemson's a better team. I'll take the Tigers. Duke, lock them up against BC. Nothing BC can do to stop Duke there, especially on the road. I like North Carolina at Miami, but
Quiet Street.
whoa!
Black hole. Yeah, everything disappeared.
Freaking ESPN trying to get involved. North Carolina, Miami. This is a upset spot, but I think North Carolina will beat them for sure. NC State, Wake Forest. I like Wake Forest here. Probably bet that game. Notre Dame, Virginia Tech. I like Virginia Tech. Louisville, Georgia Tech. We've said all year Louisville's not very good. I like Georgia Tech here, even though they're not very good on the road. Virginia, Florida State. I like Virginia here. I think they're playing pretty well right now. I don't think the market's quite caught up to it either. I think they're still marketing Virginia on their preseason or their pre-conference season. Vermont, system play. Take Vermont in every conference game. They finally did lose. What was it, last night or the night before? It was very odd, but I think they bounced back and beat the Golden Retrievers. Bryant, I like them here against Binghamton, the golf course. And UMass Lowell, I like them against the tech industry of New Jersey. I like New Hampshire over Maine as well, but I'd stay away from that. We'll go American. Rice is not going to beat South Florida. South Florida's pretty damn good. East Carolina, UTSA. I go with the Pirates here. Not a lock, though. Big 12. TCU, Iowa State. Like Iowa State at home is kind of a system play. So we'll go with the Cyclones here, not the Hawkeyes. They'll get mad at me if I call them the Hawkeyes. They're rivals. Texas will beat West Virginia. Houston, they've lost a couple in a row here, but I think they have a nice bounce back game at Cincinnati. And they beat them. UCF, Texas Tech. Go Texas Tech. Lubbock's tough place to play. I did lose that game last week, though. I think Texas Tech bounces back here. Baylor, Kansas, one of the better games tomorrow. I think Kansas wins at home. Fog Allen Fieldhouse. Always tough to win there. It showed last week when they shot 70% and beat Houston. Oklahoma State. Rivalry. Bedlam basketball version. Go with Oklahoma here. Kansas State, BYU. Go with BYU at home. Sorry, Kev man, but I think you know BYU's tough at home. I think K-State could beat BYU at their place, though. All right, move on here. We'll do rapid fire. We got a lot of games to get through. UConn, Georgetown. Nothing can stop UConn right now. And Georgetown certainly doesn't have the pieces for that. That is a lock. Butler, Providence. Very tight game. These two always are really close. Probably a short line, but I'm going to go with the Bulldogs here at home with Butler. Creighton, Xavier. This is a tough game to pick. I don't know what Creighton's deal is this year. They're vastly underachieving, but I'm gonna hope that they figure things out and beat Xavier in a tight one here. Marquette, St. John's. Rick Pitino will have them ready to go, but Marquette, I think they're a run and gun team, and I think that's not really what St. John's wants to go against right now. So I'm gonna go Marquette at home here, but don't expect that to be a blowout. Let's go Big South. System play. High Point, lock it up. The only team that can beat them in this league is Asheville. Winthrop has a chance if High Point plays awful, but Asheville's the only team that can even come close to upsetting them this year. So High Point all day, lock it up. And we go Winthrop over Longwood. I know everybody likes Longwood. But the penises, they lose to Winthrop here. Hashtag lock it up. That's right, Bailey. UNC Asheville Bulldogs lock it up against Upstate. And I'm not going to pick Radford Presbyterian, but if I was, I'd probably fade the Blue Hose and go Radford. Big Ten. Wisconsin, Rutgers. Tough road spot here for the Badgers, but I'm going to go with Wisconsin. They are the better team. Rutgers plays really well at home, though. If Wisconsin's grabbing points here, I'm grabbing those points all day. Illinois, Michigan State. I feel like Tom Izzo is starting to get things rolling there. So I think this is an upset spot. I'm gonna call upset special here. Michigan State takes down number 10 Illinois. I don't love it. I don't love it by any means, but I think this is upset spot. Ohio State, Maryland. Don't really want to pick this game, but I guess we'll go Ohio State at home. I think Maryland's better, though. Michigan pulled off a huge upset against Wisconsin a few days ago. And now they go on the road in Nebraska, where Nebraska's dangerous, taking the Huskers. Purdue, Indiana. Purdue seems to own Indiana right now in their rivalry. This is a huge rivalry in the state of Indiana. And we're going to go Purdue here, lock it up. Well, maybe we shouldn't say lock, though. It's a rivalry. But I do think they do win by 10. We'll go Colonial. Monmouth, Northeastern. I lean Monmouth. Wilmington, this is a lock special. Wilmington all day, the Seahawks. Stay away from Stony Brook and the Fighting Camels. I think Hofstra beats A&T. Drexel, Charleston. Just forgot. For you on mobile, I gotta make sure you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Drexel, Charleston, probably the best game, one of the better mid-major games tomorrow. I think Charleston sneaks away in a tight one at home, though. We're talking less than 7 points here. Delaware will beat William and Mary. We'll go Conference USA. Middle Tennessee against the Airport. We'll go Airport. West Kentucky, Jacksonville State. I'm going to go West Kentucky, ride with the Hilltoppers. Louisiana Tech, best team in the conference. But Liberty at home is a different animal. I don't know what is wrong with Liberty right now. They were preseason. I think they were favored to win this league. But they've kind of underachieved. I'm going to go La Tech. But that's going to be a close game. New Mexico State, UTEP. I think this is a mini rivalry, isn't it? We'll go Aggies. But I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. It's going to be a stinky line. I can smell it. I can already smell it. And it's tomorrow. We'll go Ivy League. Brown, Columbia. I'm going to go with the Fighting Gossip Girls. Go with Columbia. Cornell, Yale. Very good game tomorrow. Battle of the Unbeatens. I think Yale gets them at home here. Very tight game. You might look at the bet play where it's either team wins by 1 to 5 points. I think that's a good spot there for that. Dartmouth, Harvard. Harvard's a lot better. Take them. Princeton and Penn. Princeton, lock it up. All right. We will move on to the Missouri Valley. How are we doing on time? We're doing pretty good. We're doing quicker. I'm getting better at this. Valpo, Belmont. all day. Evansville, Murray State. I'm going to go Murray State here, even though their record's worse. I think they're playing a little bit better right now. Indiana State, best team in the conference by a little bit. Missouri State, though, tough place. I'm going to go Indiana State. Keep riding with the Sycamores. System play. You could call Brown the Fighting Gossip Girls, too. That's true. Maybe call that the Gossip Girls rivalry game. Brown, Columbia. Drake, Bradley. This is a very good game tomorrow. Might be one of the best mid-major games, if not the best, tomorrow. It's at Bradley, which is a tough spot. If Drake is getting points here, like a +5 or something, I'd probably take those with Drake. But since we are doing money line, I don't love it one bit, but I'm going to go with Drake. I think they bounce back here. These are Drake, Indiana State, Bradley, 3 tournament-savvy teams. 2 of those should make the tournament. Obviously Bradley needs to win the conference to do it, but I think the other 2 should be in that large, in my opinion. Illinois State, Southern Illinois, little rivalry special here. We'll go with the Salukis of Southern Illinois. Okay, moving on to the Pac-12. We're doing great on time here. We're getting better at this. Washington State, Oregon. Pretty good, pretty big game for bubble standards. Both teams are on the bubble right now. So this game's going to loom large for Jill Lenardi and the selection committee. I'm going to go Oregon at home in a close one, though. I think, we did just get an emotional win last night against rival Washington. We did beat Washington State at their place. I'm going to go with the Ducks here, but I think this is going to be a buzzer beater type of game. Maybe 3-2, something like that. Washington, Oregon State. I'm going to go Washington here. Don't like it one bit. UCLA, Cal. The whole Pac-12 slate tomorrow is kind of smelly. It's a lot of... This might be the toughest league to pick tomorrow, just because of the spots. I think UCLA's playing some of the best basketball in the conference right now. So I'm going to go UCLA on the road. Utah is at home. System play. You got to take them to beat Arizona State there. Arizona, Colorado, really good game. Both teams probably tournament right now. Obviously Arizona's going to get in the tournament, but Colorado's probably a tournament team right now. They're on the bubble as well. And it's really hard to play in Boulder altitude. But Arizona just keeps finding a way. I think they might squeak by Colorado, but we're talking like 2-point game. We'll see. I'm curious to see what that line looks like. USC, Stanford. Go Stanford. It might be the easiest pick of the day for that league. It's a tough one. Patriot League, let's go find the toothpaste company. There they are. Colgate, Toothgate. Take the toothpaste all day, no matter who they play in this league. It's a system play. Colgate, lock it up. And that's all I need to talk about in that league. SEC. We got some big SEC games tomorrow. Alabama, LSU. Take the Roll Tide. Vanderbilt, there's nothing on the planet that can help them beat South Carolina. It's a lock. Auburn, Florida. Go Auburn here, but it's not going to be easy. Tough road game there. Kentucky, Gonzaga, sneaky good non-conference game tomorrow, but I think I'm going to go out on a limb and say Kentucky rolls Gonzaga. I think they beat them by more than 10 points. So if you see the line less than 10, you might lay it. The Wildcats here. Georgia, Arkansas. Once again, we all know Arkansas's woes this year. Another underachieving team. I'm going to go Georgia here, but not a lock. I don't like it. I can see Arkansas bouncing back here. Tennessee, Texas A&M. Tough road game here for the Vols, but I do think they are way better than Texas A&M. And they just beat Kentucky on the road, which is a tougher environment than A&M. So you gotta think they'll roll past A&M here. They did just beat LSU by like 20 the other night as well. Mississippi State, Missouri. Missouri cannot win an SEC game, and I don't see it happening here. Mississippi State. We're almost done here. And we'll get to some Southern Conference, one of the better mid-major conferences. Sanford, you could probably put $1,000 on Sanford to beat VMI tomorrow to win you a couple $100. The line's going to be huge, but Sanford, they're going to win by a lot, so there you go. Chattanooga, Greensboro, pretty good game. Chattanooga lost the first time. Greensboro coming off of a loss last night. I probably look at the line here, but I think Greensboro is just slightly better. So I probably lean Greensboro in a close one, just because they're at home. Mercer, Western Carolina. Go Western Carolina here. Furman, East Tennessee State. Tough one to pick, but I'm going to go Furman. And Citadel, Wofford. Go Wofford. All right. Let's go down to the Sun Belt. App State playing a sneaky non-conference game here against Toledo. But I think Sun Belt's a better conference than the MAC, so I'm going to go with App State at home. Pretty decent game there. Miami, Ohio, Georgia State. Go Georgia State. I don't love that one at all, though. Central Michigan, Old Dominion. Oh, boy. I don't know. I guess I go with the Chippewas, Central Michigan. Stay away from that. Western Michigan, Southern Miss. Probably go Southern Miss here. Ohio, Arkansas State. Lean Bobcats. Ohio, but I don't like it. Buffalo's awful. Georgia Southern's awful. We're going to go with the least awful team, Georgia Southern. Eastern Michigan, Louisiana Monroe. Stay away from this game. I'm not even going to pick it. I'd probably go Monroe, though. Northern Illinois, South Alabama. I lean South Alabama here. Troy, Kent State. Kent State's got a pretty decent home environment, but I think Troy's a slightly better team. I don't know what I do here. Probably take Troy in the points if they're getting any. And I can see them winning the game. I'll take Troy. Texas State, Ball State. It's kind of a suspicious game here. I don't know. I think I go Ball State, but I don't love it. Akron, James Madison, great game here. Go James Madison at home, but that would be a fantastic game. I might watch that. That would be close too. Two possible tournament teams there. It's a great game. Let's see, WAC. Go the WAC. Stephen F. Austin, Arlington. Let's go with the Fighting Stevens. Abilene Christian, Utah Valley. It's a coin flip. Probably lean Utah Valley here. Cal Baptist, Utah Tech. I'll lean with the Baptist. We'll go with the Church. Tarleton State, Seattle. We'll go with Tarleton State here. And System Play Grand Canyon, lock it up. That's an easy bet. And finally, the WCC, our last conference to pick here. Portland, St. Mary's. St. Mary's will, they should roll past Portland here. Gonzaga, Kentucky, we already talked about. Pepperdine, Loyola. Go Loyola. San Francisco, Santa Clara. I like the Dons in San Francisco here. And then Pacific's awful. I don't think they win a game in this league, so we'll go San Diego, the Fighting Steve Lavins. All right, there we go, chat. I am going to get SOT going. Let's play some SOT. Once again, chat, gamble responsibly. I'm not responsible for your wins and losses. And make sure you're not betting more than